So hi everyone, thank you again for tuning in into Doers Within Us. Today's episode, we have an incredible, amazing guest with us. His name is Bright Chinyundu. He's the CEO and founder of Sparco. And I'm really excited to have him here because I met him in while we're at the Harvard Business School Africa Business Conference. I think 2020, right before the pandemic, and we had a great time. And I actually just met him once. He got into Harambians, which is a very exclusive African entrepreneurial platform, just highlighting and also a network of highly competent but also transformative entrepreneurs on the African continent. And he just became part of that ecosystem. So kind of met him at a very pivotal time of his career. I'm assuming he has had some very other transformative experiences as well, but he's just a great guy. I follow some of your work on social media and I see some of the work you're doing. So thank you so much for being here. And I think there's so much we can learn from you. So welcome to the pod.
Thanks a lot, Jacob. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So Bright, just to start, I think I would love to, and I think the listeners would also love to hear a little bit about yourself. So can you just share with us, what it's like growing up, and how you came to be who you are, kind of the early phases of your life.
Okay. That's a very very long story, but I'll try by all means to summarize it. So I grew up in Zambia. I was born in a small town in Zambia, and then and then we moved to the city, like the big city, the capital city, later on in my life. But my history, part of my early education, actually did it in one of the provincial. So we've got so Lusaka in Zambia is the capital. So that's like the capital province. That's where the capital city is. But my early education was done in Western Province, the western side of Zambia, in a town called Mongu. So I was mostly government educated. Not mostly. I think all my life I've gone to government schools. So so I went up to 7th grade in that town, and then what they used to do, or what the government does, is they pick the kids with the best results, then they send them to 2 schools. There's one national school in the capital city in Lusaka, which is called David Kaunda, and then there's another school which is in the capital, the tourist capital, called Livingston, where the Victoria Falls is. There's a school there called Hillcrest. So they pick like the best pupils, then they send them to these schools. So I was one of the pupils that was sent to Livingston at Hillcrest. So
of course,
after that, exactly. So after that, I got a scholarship. The government sent me to Russia to study software engineering. So I spent about 5 years in Russia. And there was no war when I was in Russia, so everything was calm then. Then after 5 years in Russia, I came back to Zambia and got a job with a Chinese company, Huawei. So I was their engineer, and then I got poached by MTN. I worked a little bit for MTN, then I went to Airtel, and then I resigned from Airtel, set up my first venture, Broadpay. That was in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so this was a bill payment system in Zambia. We then expanded a little bit to Mozambique. And after that, I think that's when you and I met.
Sounds impressive. I didn't know you studied in Russia. That's quite a story for another time.
Story for another time.
Thanks for sharing that. So just going off of that, so once you started Broadpay, like what was the, I know now you run Sparco, but can you just give us like the beginning of your entrepreneurial journey? What was how was it like, what was your thought process, and what really made you to start a company?
Okay, so for me, because right now everybody's talking about startups, everybody's talking about tech startups, VCs. At that time, that wasn't the talk of the day. So being a startup founder was not a thing.
What year was this? I think
Exactly. That was so I set up Broadpay in 2012, but then in my country at that time, it was all I was doing. I didn't have a platform where I could learn about startups, for instance. All I was doing was I want to start a company. Okay. So it's like I want to start a company. And the first thing I did was, before even registering the company, was come up with a team of about 16 people. Like yeah, 16 people from my former employers. I went to different departments, like guys I knew in different departments in marketing. Dude, you do marketing, right? Okay, so I'm starting a company. Do you think you can run marketing? And then when I look at it now, these were like first entry level guys in in marketing, in accounting. They're also just under training. And I'm asking them to run departments in the company that I'm about to create. And they thought I was crazy. Yeah, I remember I set up a meeting. I went to a hotel and I asked them to give us a section where we're going to have a meeting, because I didn't have money to even pay for anything there. But then I talked to the manager and he said, yeah, sure, you guys can have it here, because we're trying to meet a guy we thought we could partner with. Then it wasn't even about raising, because I'm a tech guy. I didn't know anything about raising. All I knew was I need a partner. That partner will put in money.
Mm-hmm.
So we got an older guy. He was a businessman, like a well-known businessman. Called him to the hotel, and we told him we set up this company, And they asked, "Where are you guys? Where are your offices?" And we told him we're here at the hotel because those offices are under renovations. It was crazy. And out of the 16 people, I went back and forth trying to get money from different people, but everybody left me by the time I actually got investment into the company, which was shocking. I was the only one remaining, until I met this guy and he just told me, you know what, your ideas are crazy. And right now I'm not investing in this company setup. I'm investing in you because I like your energy. I like how you think.
Yes.
Yeah, so I put in the money. By that time, I had quit my job. My friends had left.
Oh,
they went back to their jobs. Yeah.
How long did this is the funniest story I've heard.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to call in these people at the hotel to when you got you met this guy who invested you? Like, what was the incubation period? How long did you
it took about a year.
Wow. Okay. That's not bad. But
but you see, like the first time you're telling people you're setting up this company and they're excited, like, dude, you're crazy. Let's see what you're gonna do. First meeting, you're 16 of you. Everybody's, talking about what they're gonna do for the company. And then second meeting, the numbers reduced. Third meeting, by 10th meeting or whatever, you're just the two of you.
Yeah. That is so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, let me ask a question, if I may.
When we found the investor,
yes.
Sorry, yeah, by the time we found the investor, it was me and my friend Ernest. And with Ernest, it was just that he's a risk guy. So he's by profession he's an auditor. So he's a risk guy. So even when we got the money, he just told me, he said, Bright, okay, this is really great, but I can't leave my job right now because I don't know whether this will be sustainable or not. And that's how he left me. He left me after we raised. Yeah. But the good thing is, even though he left, he could still be consulted for free. So I'd still call him even in the middle of the night to help out for free, and he would still do it. Yeah.
Oh, man, this is so funny. So once you got the money raised, how did you now build how do you hire new people? What was the next phase?
Yeah. So now the way the money came in was that first the investor said, you know what, for now, I'm not going to give you cash. I want to see what you can do. So what I want you to do is hire your people.
Yep.
And then I'll be paying them salaries. I'll also be paying you a salary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until you can prove yourself. So I just need you to hire the key people. Accounting, HR will be done by my company, by my guys. So whatever you need, you tell them they're going to do it. You hire the people you need right now, like the developers and stuff. So what I did was, with the budget I was given in the beginning, I was only able to hire one person. So, so I hired a developer, and me and him did practically everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the operations, development, everything else. Yeah, that's what we did. And then I think 6 months later, I just told him, you know what, this is not working for me. I need I need my own offices. I need my own people. I need to set up everything. Because then within 6 months, I was getting different exposure. Like I was now on the ground, and I realized it was not as easy as it was on paper.
Exactly.
So with the experience that I was getting, I was now able to go back to him and tell him, this is what I need. And even he could understand that, okay, now he's learning.
Yes.
So that's how I was able to release the money and become independent.
Man, this is quite funny, but it's you went through a hard time. It's a difficult experience. And I think for most of our listeners and just people who are trying to start businesses, Zambia, Uganda, I mean, there's this period where it's just too much, right? And you have to really have this tenacity and just believe in yourself. It seems like that's something that you really held on to. So once you started, it sounds like you went back to him. You got the feedback from him. Did he give you the go ahead to get the office?
Yeah, he did, and that's when we released the funds. Yeah. But the thing is, I appreciate how he treated me, because to him, I was just this kid with a dream, and I wanted money from him, and he treated me like I was his own son, trying to get me through different experiences. Because if I had been given money, 100%, I know this, like when the moment I went there, I asked for money and he gave it to me, would have blown it within 6 months. For sure. Yeah, because after learning, I realized that he knew what he was doing, and he's probably been through the same experiences. I would have blown that money within 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
just I mean, for people out there who are trying to start businesses, like, how do you meet this guy? Was it just an acquaintance, or was
it's actually a funny story? Yeah. I went from investor to investor. Guys were trying to dupe me. I remember I went to these guys and made a full presentation, and the guys just later called me and said, you know what, we are sorry, we can't invest in this, but our NDA doesn't really stick because there are certain clauses that allow us to go into the same venture. So we think we're going to start the same thing. And they told me straight in my face. I'm like, what? And so I was telling my landlord. I started narrating this story to my landlord. And this is what I'm going through. And then my landlord told me, yeah. So I was saying, so after these guys told me that they were going to go into the same venture and they couldn't invest in my startup, I was talking to my landlord about it. It was funny because I was telling, can you believe what I'm going through? So he tells me, you know what? You always have brilliant ideas. I've got a brother. Yeah, I've got a brother. You should see him. I think he's going to invest in you. But then my landlord, most of the time, my landlord was always drinking. So when we're having these conversations, most of the time he was drunk. So I never took him seriously. So like 2 months later, I was almost giving up. I'm like, you know what? Let me try what he told me. So I called him, like, your brother's, can you give me your brother's number? Let me try to call him. So I called his brother. His brother told me, okay, you can come and see me. So I go and see his brother at his office. Yeah. And then, so we spent almost 4 hours,
Wow.
Planning, was drilling me questions. He called one of his consultants, he came in, listened to me. Yeah, then he just told me, come and see me tomorrow.
Wow.
I went there the following day, and then he told me, I like the way you think. I'm not going to invest in the idea, but I'm investing in you because I know that even if it fails, you still come up with something.
Something else. Wow, that's
yeah, that's how I found this guy. Yeah, but now, like after that, like I've worked with him closely. He isn't just one of those guys who's gonna give you money and forget about you. He's now like family. You know, his family and I are close. His children, his wife. So we're now like family. He's a great guy.
That's amazing. That's incredible. I mean, I guess the moral of the story is like you should vent. You should tell us your problems to
Exactly.
don't keep it in yourself.
Yeah. I was venting.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Brad Pitt, and I know we'll have to talk about Sparco. Just tell us the transition from Brad Pitt to Sparco, right? And just give
okay. Yeah. So BroadPay is the bill payment system, okay, in Zambia and Mozambique. BroadPay uses hardware. So the first thing we did was we bought self-service machines where people can pay their bills using cash. So these machines are installed in shopping malls and in supermarkets. But then when you looked at the model, scaling was a problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we wanted to put the platform online in Mozambique, in Zambia, and then to scale across the continent. But payments became a problem because now we realized, how do we accept payments from people? In Mozambique, it was even a non-starter. In Zambia, we went to banks to use cards on our platform to accept payments, but it was a big process. You know, one of the biggest banks gave us this, like we had to go back and forth for a whole year. They came to our office, started taking pictures at our office. Yeah, like taking pictures, their due diligence. So, you know, I thought about it and then I was just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I think this is the space, because if we're going through this, how many more people are going through these problems? We need to build our own payments platform. That's how Sparco was born.
That's incredible. So I mean, so BroadPay was like Square. Were you like trying to get like a point of sale, or what? Can you just clarify how that works?
Yeah, so BroadPay, yeah, exactly. So BroadPay, what we're trying to do is just to build an app where you can buy your airtime, pay for electricity bills, pay TV. But then the question is, how do you pay? Yeah, that's what the problem was.
Got you.
Then Sparco was born.
Awesome. So now Sparco, can you tell us, you know, how the venture is going in terms of just the people that the partnerships you have probably built, and kind of your aspiration post COVID, right? In terms of scalability, but also outreach to different sectors, if I might say, as you're thinking about developing Sparco.
Okay, so Sparco as an idea before incorporated, actually, started at the time. I think when I was building Sparco, I got into the eFounders Fellowship, the Alibaba eFounders Fellowship, where it's a fellowship of African entrepreneurs that were under the mentorship of Alibaba executives, including Jack Ma himself.
Yeah, I saw you on Facebook with Jack Ma.
Jack Ma, yeah, we went to China, you know, to meet with him. Then he came to Africa. We met with him in South Africa. Yeah, he's just always trying to talk to us, you know, giving us insights on how he built Alibaba and stuff. Exactly. So that's when I realized, when I was there, first of all, one thing was made clear: always focus on B2B businesses. They're better than B2C businesses. At least that was made clear at Alibaba. And then apart from that, when I met other guys, I realized to scale across the continent, you need partnerships, with other founders in different countries. So at that time, when I was at Alibaba, I met with GB, who's the current CEO of Flutterwave.
Oh.
And then, and then I was telling him what I'm trying to do, and he says, Bright, this is what I've already done in Nigeria. What you're building, I've already done it. So how far have you gone? And I told him I've done integrations with the local payment service providers in the country right now. He says, okay, everything else I have, why don't we partner at this level? Let me expand to Zambia. So when I come, I just plug into what you've done into your integrations. And then where you are, so while you are there, you've got a payments license. So we do that partnership. I don't have to get a payments license. Wherever I've got a license, you can come and we do the same thing. I also help you, because that's what these fellowships are about. That's what these networks are about. Like, that makes a lot of sense. That's how I had him come to Zambia, and they expanded to Zambia. So we had we realized the need, because a lot of small businesses, a lot of startups, tech startups, just started signing up. We did a launch at one of the incubators in the country, and the place was full. There were a lot of people there. But then after we signed up people, there were a lot of problems, because I think they also were going through their own problems. They were focusing so much on the Nigerian market because it was huge for them. This was, they were not paying a lot of attention to, at least to the partnership, because in as much as it was overwhelming for me, but then Nigeria has a big population, that the traction there for them was too big. So we're having all these problems, and I told him, man, let me just finish building Sparco. And then I finished building it, and we incorporated, and so we launched and started competing with them. Exactly. So that's how we started. And then again, I realized that for a payment platform, launching it in Zambia alone, isn't enough, because you have to look at Africa as a market, not Zambia, because Zambia has this population of 18 million people. And so from there, by the time you get to your actually target addressable market, it's quite small.
Got you.
So
no, go ahead, please.
So that's how we decided to get into South Africa. And that was another headache in terms of regulation. Exactly. Then now we're trying to see what we can do in West Africa, in the biggest